Okay, here we go, guys. Stay with me tonight, Acapella. I'm wondering what sort of comments I'll be able to offer on this since it's just Acapella, but let's just settle into it and try and enjoy it.
Hello, welcome to my world. TVXQ, let me just hold you tonight.
2, 3. Dum touch 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 dum
Love the beatboxing. I actually think I enjoyed this song quite a bit on the album.
Stay with me tonight. このまま友達なら君の心傷つけずに済むはずさ Something on your mind 伝える勇気が逃げてゆくのは僕も傷つくのが怖いから Let me be your light このまま友達なら僕の心気づかないでいて
I noticed Junsu and Jaejoong swapped places. Now Jaejoong is in the center and Junsu was at the start of the chorus.
隠してるサインに気づいてよ
Cute. Their harmonies are gorgeous, obviously. Listening to that made me wonder if the first chorus would have more impact with just one voice.
Okay, here we go.
And then when the second one comes in, we could add all those harmonies. That's what I'd love to hear, actually. This is Somebody to Love a cappella.
Carefully, then you will find couple MPs on my gas of die. Boom chiki boom chiki boom chiki chiki. 暖かい夜風が僕の頬を撫でてく
This is very nice.
誰かと過ごした
This is highlighting to me that some of the production on the album was definitely over the top. This arrangement is borderline enough for a final track, if you ask me. Like, the song could have started like this. Would have been amazing. It's a totally different vibe.
I say
It's time for love, somebody to love 同じ恋はしない走り始める新しい僕が Somebody to love, somebody to love 愛を探している今年はきっと君がそばにいる
Very enjoyable. Still struggling to find Max in these acapellas. I think I just have a problem with identifying his voice. I think it's a me problem. This is my Destiny acapella.
I'm still waiting for you. Another day, another night. 未来はそこに立ち止まっているけれど Now living without your love 君の震える肩を
Such a strong song.
言い聞かせてる今だけが My destiny.
But I do like this song in its album form. I think the instrumental in this song was pretty tasteful and still gave enough room for their voices to shine through. But this acapella is lovely to listen to too.
Another day, another night 今は二人でそれぞれの道を進む Now living without your love 君の揺れるまつげを思い出しては言い聞かせてる今だけが
Jaejoong's tone, again, it's so angelic. Very smooth. Easily the best song on the album. Easily. Even better than Hog, I'd say. Okay, this is the last track. Tomorrow Will Surely Come. Vocal and piano version.
ただ伝えたいことがうまく言えなくて迷いながら探しながら生きてた今一つの光を見つけた気がして追いかければ逃げてゆく未来は落ち着かない何度も何度も立ち止まりながら笑顔と涙を積み重ねてゆくどんなに闇の深い夜でも必ず明日は来るから春に咲く
This song was definitely one of the tracks that went in one ear and out the other. And actually this song had, if I recall correctly, some cool dissonance in the instrumental that is not present in this version. So that makes it even less interesting. It's sweet, it's fun, it's cute, but not my thing, honestly. It's just too flat sounding, too obvious. Yeah, some nice, cool piano flourishes, as it is the vocal piano version. The piano details were nice, but the song... my mind didn't change in it, I'm afraid. Okay guys, that about summarizes my thoughts on this album. Thank you for suggesting this and for voting it in as the album reaction winner. I'm sorry my opinion couldn't be more positive, but you know me well at this point. If I'm not having a good time with something, I will let you know. But I did at least identify some favorites, those songs being My Destiny and the title track in particular. So I'm curious now to see what the general fan reception is to those two songs I pointed out. Okay. Alright guys, thanks for joining me. Let's jump right in. That is a large crowd. Sorry, I was just a little nervous Yu-chun would go flat there, as he's never been the strongest live vocalist from what I've seen, but he nailed it. Lovely verse by him. Beautiful. Really good. And everyone is looking really cute and handsome today. I actually quite like these outfits, even though it's the usual for them where the outfits are nothing super overblown or compelling aesthetically, but the sort of streetwear style is cool. There's a slight edginess with the wristbands. I like it. Feels more like I'm watching a pop star than their typical like sort of suits and button-ups. I prefer this more casual style more. I did take note of that line by Max in the studio version, and his execution of it there was almost indiscernible from the studio performance. Absolute perfection. I think I've discovered what it is about this song that I find a little bit uninteresting compositionally and melodically. So if I listen to the chorus, the melody sits within a space of around 2 or 3 notes, maybe 4, all within a small range. And I tend to prefer melodies that have a little bit more movement than that. And we actually do get more movement later on, a couple bars later in the chorus. See, we're still hanging out in that same range there. You can hear that same note. It's a little bit repetitive, you know, we're not really moving anywhere. And this is the part that I like. Suddenly we've a little bit of variety. We're going down into the lower part. I like that. So that's a really pretty part of this chorus to me. On the other hand, I can understand a chorus that sits in the same range throughout like this. It kind of helps it to be a song that you can more easily sing along to if you're not a professional singer. And that makes it a good thing for fans who want to sing along. It makes it feel more anthemic, like it's an anthem. I think that is probably a big reason why this is a popular request that I've gotten. It's that anthemic vibe. So that is something that I do understand. Even if the song isn't my thing entirely, I don't intend that as a criticism of their vocal performance because clearly they're on top of their game in this particular clip. Jaejoong and Max are standing out to me so far in particular. And even though Yuchon and Yoonho's parts are a little bit more minimal, they're still nailing those parts. Every single person here is doing really, really great. Wow. Yuchon come through. Let's see that again. In fact, let's watch that whole bridge again. Incredible work by both vocalists. Interestingly, Max didn't quite nail his part there compared to Jaejoong and Yoonho. I've never heard Yuchon nail such an important moment like that before. Bravo. There's a little bit more of a drum beat in this performance than I think there was in the studio version. And maybe the drum was in the studio version, but it wasn't as prominent. But I'm noticing it here more, and it's definitely hitting. And I just love the sound of all their voices together. Cool. I love that ending. There's something kind of eerie about it. Very intimate. I love the clean harmonies there, the soft delivery. Very cool way to end the track. And the studio version did end like that too, I think, but just seeing it performed live is a whole other captivating moment. A very cool performance. No wonder you guys were recommending this to me. This was a lot of fun to watch. I still wouldn't say that this is a ballad by them that I would replay a lot, but sometimes I've been wrong about that, and I've ended up loving some songs that I didn't like initially. Time will tell. Let me know what you guys think of this song and my analysis. Thanks so much and take care. Okay guys, thank you for joining me. Let's get right into this.
Now, I see this way. It looks like Papa Wine. Gotta introduce myself. 세상을 만질 수가 없다면 나에겐 보이지도 않는다면 어떻게 내가 들려가는 걸로 알 수 있을까? Really wanna touch myself 기적만을 바랄 수도 없는 날 그렇게 간절했다면
Jaejoong sounding very clean as usual, and Yuchun kind of flobbing it as usual, but looking like a gangster.
바랄 수도 없는 날 그렇게 간절했다면 다시 움직여야 돼 right now 날려 그 사람 말고 누구도 돌아보지 못했던 this way 이제는 내 방식 누구와도 같을 수 없어 보고 싶은 건 my progression 나의 모든 믿음을 태워도 지쳐서 이겨낸 순간의 popular 내가 아니면 경험할 수 있는 것
Sorry, just had to adjust my lighting there, but I just wanted to say I think Max looks so cute in this clip. Yeah, he just looks really cute there in the background. Junsu's vocals are solid, but I think in this range and in this quick-fire delivery, it's not where he shines. He really shines more higher in his higher range, and when he gets to sing more legato, I guess, rather than staccato. Legato is when the notes are quite long and flow into each other, and staccato is this more kind of ba-ba-da-da-da-da-da-da.
건설할 수 없지만 시간은 다시 기회를 주고 언제까 지쳤을래게 끝이 아니라고 말해줘 누구도 돌아보지 못했던 this way 이제는 내 방식 누구와도 같을 수 없어 보고 싶은 건 my progression 나의 모든 믿음을 태워도 부딪혀서 이겨내는 순간의 소중했던 순간 사진처럼 남겨진 그 영상 영화 같은 삶을 사는 내가 되기를 다시 시작됐어 나의 이 마음 돌아가지 않는 모습으로 태어나 Yo, check it 다시 더 움직여라 그리고 생각하라 이 모습을 어디나 왜 근데 얘 내 모습이 너의 정렬이 어떻게 모든 네 스테이지
show you what's freak 세상 밝게 와 서울에 감싸는 노살 최선을 잊지마.
Here's that key change again. Maybe one of the best parts of the song, because vocally, choreo-wise and everything, the energy is really boosted here in this particular performance. And it's all coming together very well. I have to say, Max is standing out to me in this performance. He's sounding really good, looking good. Yeonho too, even though his melodic vocals weren't perfectly on pitch, his rap was very well executed. Costume-wise, I can't say that these looks appeal to me very much, and I think more could have been done to differentiate the boys from the backup dancers. I see that the guys are in black and white and the dancers are in a more, I guess, beige brown, but there could have been more contrast there. Ideally, the boys could have been put in, you know, I guess bright purple, right? Bright purple colors, and the backup dancers could have been all black. And I think nowadays that really is more how it's done. I guess as far as art direction goes, they were still figuring things out during this era. Then again, I think this is actually at the height of their popularity, so those visual touches kind of should have been on point at this point. Like, that stage is majestic. This is the KBS Open Concert. I was just going to say, this is a huge, massive concert. I don't know if it's sort of a festival type situation where different artists performed here, or if it was exclusively their show. I really like this sort of leg move here. Very cool. Gotta love the stone-faced audience. You just gotta wonder how that couple is taking in the music and taking in the, you know, sort of sexually charged performance, I guess. Like, what I just want to know, I'm dying to know what's going through their head, if anything. The guy looks like he's enjoying it a bit more than the girl, but maybe she's hiding her enjoyment. I don't know. We've got a sort of grimace on the face of the person behind her, or is that a smile to their friend? Otherwise, a very stone-faced audience. For what reason, I don't know. But we have a lot of people also waving their flags and stuff, or waving their, I don't know what they're waving, those purple things. Is that because of the song, or is this something associated with the band? I don't know. Parts like this I find very amusing. There's more. I'm sorry, I don't know what to do about these boxes coming up right here, but Max definitely went a bit flat there during his ad-lib, his descending run, but he looks exhausted. Cute and exhausted, unfortunately. And he looks kind of bummed out by how he didn't quite nail that, but I think it is an element of exhaustion, so who knows what they were going through at this point. Then we have the sort of judgmental eyes from this audience member here. Obviously, I'm missing some context as to what this concert is for. It's a mix between fairly enthusiastic and active fans waving their stuff and some very stiff, I guess, older audience members. Maybe it's a government-related performance, but it says KBS, and I thought KBS was a TV station. Weird. Okay, I thought Overall, this performance was fine. There was just something about it that made it seem like they were out of their element a little bit. And I think the strange presence of those stiff audience members might be a clue to that. And I'm not sure why Max especially seems so exhausted. It's possible that they were all quite exhausted. The choreography actually was very, very good and quite busy. Very well executed. Some of the most impressive choreo I've seen from them. So it makes sense why vocally things weren't quite on point. As, you know, we always say, the vocals and the choreo at the same time are a lot to juggle, and the choreo didn't really give them room to belt out the vocals properly. But impressive stage production, for sure, and a fun track for me to discover or rediscover. It's nice hearing the song in full, and like I said, compositionally it does hold a lot of interest for me. That about concludes my analysis of TVXQ's Purple Line. Thanks so much and take care. Now, I'm not going to linger on this MV too long, as I know that you guys are eager for me to get to the live version. I've been told this is what it's all about, this live performance right here. Let's get into this. By the way, this is from the 3rd Asia concert tour, Melodic in Seoul DVD tonight. Let me know what they're saying there. I can't make it out. Wow, coming in hot immediately with those vocals.
보고 싶어 하지 않는다는 걸 알겠죠. Stole my heart 내 안에 그대가 너무나 넘쳐 이런 아쉬운 햇살에 따뜻함이 줘 작은 기대에 두만했어 대지 위에 뿌린 사랑처럼 tonight.
I was really pleased with Yeonho's performance of his verse there. Sounded even better than the studio version. His tone was totally on point. Very intimate, communicated the message of the song. I don't know the lyrics, but I have an inkling of what the song's about. Junsu is sprinkling a lot of cool runs and ad-libs here. It's interesting that the background vocals don't seem to be live, which is a choice that I understand. Since this song is so demanding of all of their lead vocals, the background vocals are playback here just so that they're not worn out when it comes time for their show-stopping individual moments.
여러분 고마워 사랑한다 가시오페아 내 가슴 안에서 그대 마치 불덩어리처럼 하얗게 번져가고 있죠 모두 태워버려요 When I saw you
Is it just me, or does Yuchun look really cute with a towel on his head? I wouldn't be surprised if that was a conscious styling decision. Something about it that really suits him. You know, he's got the right face shape and everything for just a bit of a casual gym towel. It works for me. personally. I was just listening to Junsu more there, and I wonder if his voice is a little bit tired. He's singing on pitch, but there's not as much power behind it as I would expect from him, especially considering all of the stuff that I've heard from his later years. Obviously, he was a lot younger here, so maybe his technique wasn't fully developed. It's totally on pitch, but he sounds like he's conserving his energy a bit, which also is smart. As I said, the climax of the song is quite demanding, so we'll see. But I'm curious to see how Yuchun does with his little towel encrusted pre-chorus. Little shaky, that's okay. You know, we love Yuchun. He's never been the strongest live singer, but as I said, he's our towel boy. He looks great. He gave it a good shot. He gave it a good go.
도저히 감당할 자신이 없어요 내 맘속에 그대가 준 사랑이 점점 나를 섞여가고 I know our love is so beautiful 그런 내 아래로 떠올랐고 아픔들은 점점 많이를 만들죠 말로 can't be 작은 그대의 품 안에서 대지 위에 꾸민 사랑처럼 tonight oh yeah my baby Stolen my heart 내 안에 그대가 너무나 넘쳐 숨을 쉴 수 주저 없는 걸요 내린 비를 맞은 아이처럼 대지 위에 뿌린 사랑처럼 tonight
So they all pulled it together for that final climactic chorus. Everyone sounded really great, especially Max and Jaejoong. They were really, really on point. Even though Jaejoong in particular looked exhausted. He looked really tired, very sweaty. It looks like he's been going through it this concert, but cannot fault the vocals. Sounded great. And actually his falsetto part in this performance for some reason fit better in the moment. It didn't sound over the top. And I think part of that was because it harmonized really beautifully with Max's high belt. And that was a really stunning moment. Max's high belt harmonizing with Jaejoong's falsetto. Let's see that again. Friggin' epic. Those guys killed it. Even Yuchun sounded really great in the finale here. I didn't really catch Yunho standing out vocally towards the end, but he looked really good. He definitely caught my eye visually a few times. So handsome. Junsu, strangely enough, was the only one who appeared to be struggling a little bit in this performance. Well, and Yuchun had that little little crack as well in the pre-chorus. This concert is probably just another one of those situations where they were just so overworked. 3 of them somehow pulled a stunningly perfect performance out of the hat, and a couple of the guys were struggling, but you know, it's authentic, it's live, it's real, that happens. But yeah, these guys are serious singers. Another really entertaining, impressive performance by them. And even them at their worst day is really not bad at all. It's really quite impressive, even them at their worst day, as you could tell from my face while watching. Let's check out the lyrics for this real quick. So the song is really about falling in love so intensely that you almost can't handle it. There's some beautiful lines in here. For example, I'm filled with you so much that I can't breathe, like a small child caught in the rain, like the love sprinkled on the earth. Like tonight, your embrace is warm like the early morning sunlight. Some beautiful lines to evoke that initial passion of a romance. I also really like the line, you ease the pain in me and slowly the pain becomes my delight. Gorgeous. Yeah, pretty much what I expected the song to be about. The lyrics fit really well with the music, and it's a classic. Okay, we're going to move on to the song Kiss B. This is a request by my patron Laurelie. Thank you, Laurelie. The context I've been given is that this is a live version in Japan, Yokohama, 2013. And this is a rearrangement, a more rock style, apparently, from the studio version, which I already reacted to and wasn't particularly fond of. So I am interested in seeing this live version since I already reacted to the song in one of the B-side battles that we had on this channel. The studio version didn't do particularly well in one of those battles, but now we have the live performance from 2013 here to change my mind, hopefully. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah, 네가 좋아하는 아이스크림 솔직히 잡고 있는 네 손보다 너의 키스가 좋아 우리 하나만의 비밀 모두가 질투할 거야 행복했어 지른 비밀 소리라 모두가 들었을 거야 So hot, so cool, so sweet I'm making you love so hot, so cool, so sweet, oh yeah. 넌 내 말대로 해 시키는 대로 해 거봐 잘 맞잖아 딴 남자와 사랑하지만 실망할 거야 baby 오늘도 전화해 나랑 또 사랑해 너도 원하잖아 우리에겐 비밀로 해줘 너의 남자에게 To play, kiss me Like it, baby To play, kiss me Like this, baby Yeah 자, 서로みんなテンション上がってみんなで盛り上げていきますか
I hate to pause it just as it's getting really good, but I'll give my thoughts anyway. That the first section, very sexy stuff indeed. He's looking really good. His delivery is very sensual. It's giving intimate, giving come hither. Different vibe for sure than the studio version that I remember. The studio version I recall being a lot messier, whereas the first half of this performance had a particular R&B, sexy, intimate feeling that I quite enjoyed, and I would have been perfectly happy for the song to continue in that direction, but this rock breakdown that's happening, I'm very much intrigued by because it's like a total transformation in atmosphere. Let's continue. I'm so intrigued.
눈치는 보지만 하던 대로 해줘 역시 넌 나의 MVP So hot, so cool, so sweet I'm making it love So hot, so cool, so sweet everybody stop! 내 말대로 해 시키는 대로 해너 맞아 맞잖아 딴 남자만 사랑하지마 실망할 거야 baby 오늘도 전화해 나랑 또 사랑해 너도 원하잖아 우리에겐 비밀로 해줘 너의 남자 yeah, yeah. To play kiss me like it like this TV 맨날에 to play 모두
Wow, we have a shredding keyboard solo and everything in this song. You know what? This really is a total transformation from the last version I heard, and the song works so much better this way. Even the vocal melodies and the chord progression sound really great on those down-tuned guitars. There's a sort of darkness to this song that really suits the rock flavor. And I'm also noticing that a lot of his vocal delivery in this performance isn't entirely melodic. A lot of it is simply shouted, and it's not totally on pitch, but it is kind of about just getting the energy going, being a bit more visceral about it, just really projecting that energy out to the audience. So super fun performance, really enjoying this. And the snare hit on every 8th note is a very metal idea that I really love. I'll show you what I mean.
like this TV 맨날에 to play
That's very metal.
모두 넌내 말대로 해 시키는 대로 해너 맞아 맞잖아 딴 남자와 사랑하지마 실망할 거야 baby 오늘도 전화해 나랑 또 사랑해 너도 원하잖아 우리에겐 비밀로 해줘 너의 남자 yeah, yeah. to play kill me like it like this TV 맨날에 코에 초다이 뭐또 어기가 뭐이가 to play kill me like it like this TV 아리가또
Really enjoyed this. This is the sound from him that I personally am most fond of. That is obviously no shocker to any of you who are regular viewers of the channel. You know, me being a metalhead and all, I love these metal ideas, the high energy, the aggressive vocal delivery. There were some parts there where he was almost giving me sort of Rage Against the Machine, just kind of yelling out, spitting out to the crowd.
play kill speed like it like this TV 맨날에 코에 초다이
His voice just sounds amazing to me just doing that, you know. I'd love more of that. It's not singing necessarily, but he's so good at that stuff that I'd be really interested to hear him do more of that sort of yelled, aggressive rapping on a studio recording. Yeah, just a lot of his vocal delivery on this song was very saucy, sassy, sensual, sexy stuff. I know a lot of you guys are fans of his balladry, and that is evident to me from the abundance of ballad requests that I get from my patrons and from the comments. But this is the kind of stuff that I'm most curious about from him, and I have heard obviously that the album WWW is most in this style. I have to get around to checking out that full album at some point. And I mean, as for the outfit, I mean, it's perfection. Not much to say on that, just pure perfection. Cannot complain. Nailed it. He is the moment. He is an icon. We are going to check out the lyrics for this one too. I want to give you your favorite ice cream. White vanilla cream. To be honest, rather than hold your hand, I want to kiss you. Our own secrets, everyone is going to be jealous. Our screams of happiness, they will listen in on it. My, you are my everything, and so hot, so cool, so sweet. Making love, listen to what I'm saying, do what I tell you. See, we're well matched. Don't love another man, you'll be disappointed, baby. Call me today too, love me. You want it, don't you? Keep our convo safe from your man. Oh my, so some titillating raunchy sentiments here. It's obviously a song about infidelity, maybe. Some tasteful, juicy ideas for all of us to steal. Definitely makes sense considering the style of the first half of this performance, which was kind of R&B-ish, slow jam. But I guess even sort of the metal and rock switch, you could consider that a sort of sensual charge, a burst of energy, if you will. Please come to me without anyone knowing, till the morning light. Don't mind the others, just do as you always did. You're my real MVP. A funny thing to say to a partner of that nature. Pretty cool. Call me today too, love me. You want it too, don't you? Keep our convo safe from your man. To play Kiss B, like it like this TP. Wonder what Kiss B means and what TP means. All I need is one kiss, get a taste of your bliss, stir up the magic, when you and I mix, from the bed to the floor, hotter than before. Holy moly. You that I cannot see, so turn the lights off. May I take your top off? Take off mine. Yep, that's definitely a step in the process. Usually, anyway, usually. Certainly optional. We finally got time, top to bottom, front to the back, every spot I won't miss. And it all starts from just this, from one kiss. Fantastic stuff, makes total sense. I have no questions, and I approve. Once again, I'm looking to the live versions to really enhance my experience of this track. Okay, here we go with the first performance. We'll be doing 2 live performances of this song. They're both from the same show, but on different days. So here's the first day. Let's see how this goes. Love this entrance with the graphics and stuff. Really cool, and that jacket is amazing. Okay, I'll stop right there. Yeah, see, this arrangement completely transforms the song and turns it into something much more entertaining. Obviously, the song is a really good opener for the show. He rearranged it into almost a sort of ballad format to introduce us to the show, and you could feel the tension sort of ramping up as we were sort of gently introduced to the show and our excitement was building and building. This is the sort of imaginative arrangement that I was looking for, so I'm really glad I got that. The live instruments make such a huge difference, and I loved that almost metal riff that the song has been given with that live guitar once we really kicked in with the whole band there for the second verse. Super fun, very impactful, and he is obviously a master of the stage. I love the screams, the yells as he's hyping up the crowd, ramping up the tension. Really fun performance. Go back a little bit there. I want to hear that riff again. Awesome choreo. He's obviously loving it. The crowd are loving it. Man, I'd really like to see him live. I get so much FOMO watching these live clips of him. I think the Fancam style live clips really capture the energy in a way that professionally shot concerts can't. I noticed a funny detail here. So the crowd is singing along very cleanly to the hook there, but their singing becomes a little less clean once Junsu's background harmony kicks in, because it's hard to know whether to sing along to the harmony or to the line underneath. And then they just kind of give up. But yeah, loving the choreo and loving his vocals too in this performance. These are the ad-libs during the final chorus that I was missing in the studio version. So this is basically the ideal version of this song that I would like. I like that move a lot. It's pretty sexy and smooth. That's a good one. little bit of a glitch there. Sorry. I wonder what's going on there. 538. I might just refresh the page. Really awesome performance. An amazing just pop in explosion to kick off the concert. Major FOMO right here. And I loved that little scream at the end, at the very end that he did. That was really cool. So charismatic. It's insane. Alrighty, let's move on to the next one. This is from either the day before or the day after. I'm not entirely sure. Let's see how this performance differs. So one thing I will say is I think that they left the silence there a little bit too long. It almost feels like a mistake, like someone forgot their cue. Obviously it's not a mistake because it's the same length of pause for both times, but to me that feels like an excessively long pause. It's like, when's it gonna start? Any longer than that would have been a little awkward, but it's all good, obviously. We got some sexy moves, more sexy moves going on here. Whoever designed the graphics in the background did an amazing job at capturing the energy of the track. Is it just me, or are his vocals even more on point in this performance? There were actually moments in the previous performance, I think it was more towards the beginning, where he was a little flat in parts, and that could have been just, you know, dancing around and getting into the energy of it. But I thought it was a bit unusual for him, but obviously just something very minor. But I'm not hearing any of that similar flatness in this performance. The camera person's got a little bit too excited there. We're completely losing our visuals. You know what? That riff sounds a lot like a Nightwish riff. Nightwish is like one of my favorite bands, and I've talked about them on the channel. But if you look up a song called Passion and the Opera by Nightwish, the riff at the very beginning of that song sounds identical to this riff. And it could actually be an interpolation, an intentional interpolation, because they sound that similar. Let me just listen again. They're very similar, but it's cool. Cool little detail that probably only I noticed as the Nightwish fan. Yeah, let's keep it going. This is an incredible performance. The choreo and everything. I love the bridge of the song. His vocals are great. I'm just noticing again though, just a thought crossed my mind that this song is really repetitive, and I'm really noticing it now since I've listened to it 3 times in a row. It certainly would not be my favorite song of his, but it's definitely a good opener for the show just to get everyone moving, just to get the blood flowing. But, you know, the melody is very simplistic and basic. Very much in the spirit, I guess, of what the song is going for. Come to think of it, I haven't really heard a more upbeat song from him. I think my favorite upbeat song from him is probably Shiatic that I've heard so far. That song had a lot of cool details and felt a little bit less on the nose than these ones. And when I say these ones, my mouth isn't keeping up with my brain. I'm sort of putting this song and Pit-a-Pat in the same bucket, where they're kind of bubblegum, simplistic pop to enjoy, like on the surface, but they're sort of missing a deeper groove or something to really hook me, or a deeper melody even. But visually and choreography wise, and like the visual production of this concert, it's all working obviously, but I had to air my thoughts out one last time on the actual quality of the song itself. I also like that the microphone is white, good coordination with his outfit. Interesting how that little scream at the end is something that he's planned and it wasn't improvised. It felt very heat of the moment in the first performance, but It just goes to show how meticulous and perfect he is at planning out every step of the show. Very impressive. And that's not to say that he isn't spontaneous in a lot of his movements and vocalizations, but that was just an interesting detail that I caught. Okay, that about concludes my analysis of F.L.P. by Junsu. Thanks so much and take care. The song we're moving on to is Writing You, and this is a request from an anonymous patron. Thank you so much. I did react to part of this song in the Killing Voice, but this is the whole song, and this is another live version, and it is a fan cam. I think I have an inkling of what song this is, but we'll see if I'm right.
고개를 저으며 아무 말이 없어 달라지지 못한 날 떠나가고 주위의 눈통 너의 눈물들이 흐릿하게 남아있어 언제부터였는지 사실 기억이 안 나 내 사랑이 아주 조금 더 컸다면 아무도 모르게 하고픈 우리의 이별 괜찮았을 텐데 너를 아꼈다면 하늘 떨어지는 내 눈물이 너를 쓴다.
Yeah, this is actually the song that I expected it to be. That melody stood out to me immediately when I heard it in the Killing Voice. It is just such a joy to listen to. I love that sort of anthemic vocal melody that really stands out and is memorable. Again, this is the sort of powerful vocal melody that I felt I was missing from some of the Dracula tracks. Because even if this is, somewhat of a straightforward ballad, that style is still lifted for me by very strong songwriting, and that's something that this song has for sure. Of course, his performance of these melodies vocally is outstanding. Again, scary stuff, how good of a shape his voice is in. Maybe he is in fact a vampire, maybe he is in fact immortal, because I'm not noticing any wear on his voice, despite the years.
조금씩 이제야 널 이해하는 나 이미 멀어져간 널 떠올리고 나에게 주어진 너의 마음들을 그리워해 참 미안해 내 눈물이 너를 쓴다 나에게 보냈던 모든 사랑 그때 몰랐어 언제부터였을까 사실 멍하니 가고 있는 널 바라볼 수밖에 어느 날에 문득 찾아온 우리의 이별 누구의 위로도 듣고 싶지 않아 하늘 떨어지는 내 눈물이 너를 쓴다.
Yeah, outstanding. What a perfect song to finish this marathon on. It really had that feeling of finality to it. Love that. Yeah, just a great song. Really great build in the vocal melodies and the instrumentation. I loved the a cappella part. That was a beautiful touch. I doubt that that part is a cappella in the studio version, and I suspect that this is just really something special he did for the live show. And I'm so impressed that himself and the band could just kick back into it so tightly after the a cappella part and be right in sync, right on time. I loved the electric guitar details throughout this song. They were a great touch. Pretty typical power ballad stuff, but I still appreciated them. I love how the drums took us steadily through to the climax, and obviously the really delicate finish was just perfectly executed. The power and commanding stage presence on display is so humbling. We only wish we could. This to me is definitely one of his standout ballads. I'm not surprised that he is including it in his most recent shows as part of a very impactful live set. I'm not 100% sure when this song came out, or if it's part of an OST or one of his solo EPs or something. But if it is a more recent song, I love that the quality of the songs he's engaging with has not dropped. It's possible he even wrote this song himself, for all I know. Oh, I also have to compliment the audience for remaining completely silent during the a cappella part. I feel like if this were a Western audience, you would have gotten a few screeches and yells, you know? But it was dead silence during that moment. Everyone there is a fan. They paid their hard-earned money to hear him sing, and there's going to be no interruptions, and I absolutely love that. Let's check out the lyrics of this one. Again, I couldn't really find official lyrics for this. In fact, these ones are going to be Google translated, so I do apologize for that, but I feel like Google didn't do a terribly bad job of it. Let's see. I shook my head and said nothing, leaving me unable to change. All around you are your tears. It remains blurry. I honestly don't remember when it started. If my love was just a little bigger, our breakup that I want no one to know, it would have been okay if I'd cared for you. Falling one by one, my tears use you. Little by little, I finally understand you. I think of you who has already gone away. Your heart's given to me. I miss you. I'm so sorry. I honestly don't remember when it started. It's a song about regret, maybe about not treating that special person the way they ought to be treated, taking them for granted, and now they're gone. It could also be about, someone who has passed away and you regret some unfinished things left unsaid before they passed, where you didn't really reconcile things with them, whatever issues you had with them, or chips on your shoulder, or grudges, etc. So these lyrics could be applied to either of those two things. I didn't know at the time all the love you sent me. I can't help but stare at you as you go blankly. Our breakup came suddenly one day. I don't want to hear anyone's comfort. Falling one by one, my tears use you. I know that's not what the translation should be. My tears use you. It probably means something more like my tears fall for you, or my tears are because of you, or something like that. But yeah, still very sad, powerful lyrics. I can totally get the sentiment through the AI translation. Thank you, technology. So yeah, thanks so much and take care. Okay, now we're moving on to a fan cam of a song called Ayy Girl. This was a request by an anonymous patron. Thank you so much. This will be interesting to hear a song for the first time from the perspective of a fan cam. Let's see what we can make out. I do hope the audio is decent here, but let's see. This song is from their full English album, The Beginning. Let's see.
Sorry. Your high honor. Yeah! And everything that happened, this part mattered. I tattooed your name on my tongue and my heart said, for the effort I get paid. So tonight we be VIP guests of Jaejoong and we do separate. To keep the shining down, so then you run this. Wanted to be with you, all I ever need you. Now everything is just you. You told me wrong, I feel all alone. You did such night after night. Living it up for tonight, yeah, she living it up for tonight. And yeah, trying to make you my baby. Is that you make me go crazy? Just walk through me, what have you done to me? I'm trying to make you my baby. Is that you make me go crazy? I'm losing my cool, playing me for a fool.
Okay, yeah, I quite like the vibe of this song. It's groovy, classic 2000s R&B vibe to it. The chorus is actually pretty catchy. Da 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 da. I like that. You know, I like those sort of distinct hooks that I can glean from this song. It's a catchier song to me than Babble Boy, and I'm comparing the two because they're sort of similar songs in a way. They're both sort of going for an R&B upbeat type thing, but I do think the chorus of this one is catchier, even though the overall vibe doesn't appeal to me as much as Babble Boy. The vocals are solid. The audio isn't great, but I can make out the general gist of the song. In every one of these performances, their vocals cut through the air so well. You can really hear them very clearly, even though they're fan cams. I also really have to give a shout out to the female dancer. She is really working the stage. I think it's really cool that they gave her some space to express herself and, you know, really enhance the performance in her own way. You know, I get that she's sort of embodying the character of the girl from the title in this song, and she has good chemistry with the band members. She started making the rounds, going to each one, dancing with each one individually. I think the pants that Junsu is wearing are really cool. So let's keep it going.
You put my heart apart. I never loved like this. No issue. My eyes again is what I'm like you to be. I feel like living it up for tonight. Cause you living it up for tonight. And girl, I'm trying to make you my baby. Is that you make me go crazy? Just walk through me. What have you done to me? Try to make you my baby. Is that you make me
an extended period here in the song where there isn't a whole lot of vocals happening. I would have imagined that a space like this would be ideal for Yuchon to do a little rap part or something. I'm noticing overall that throughout all these performances, Yuchon does take a big backseat to the others, which is unfortunate. You know, I've watched a lot of JYJ, TVXQ stuff, and I love his voice, but I guess he's not on the same level as Junsu and Jaejoong. But even though he doesn't quite have the range or technique as those two guys, he still has a lot to offer in terms of emotion and tone in his voice. So it's just weird that he's relegated to the parts of the songs that are the least expressive, like there's the least room for expression, such as the main chorus hooks and some harmonies here and there. I don't know. In this song, he's taking center stage, but he doesn't really seem to be taking the initiative to do something vocally, and perhaps that's just the way the song is supposed to go. I will say that, to be honest, the more that this song goes on, the more it's feeling a little bit monotonous. It doesn't really seem to be going anywhere, this song. It seems like a bit of a B-side, this song. I would be surprised if this was a single, as it has a sort of static energy moving along. The live performance is really enhanced by the female dancer here, and I normally complain about, you know, love interests and people who aren't in the band being showcased in music videos and stuff, but I think in this live performance, for some reason, it works quite well, and it could be because the song is not very exciting. It's really all about the visuals and their choreo. And by the way, the choreo in this song is pretty cool too. I quite like it. So yeah, to summarize my thoughts on this song, even though we're not finished yet, I'm feeling that it's just a little bit B-sidey. It's really standing out to me how little Yuchon is utilized in their music in this song. But let's go back a little bit and see what else we can gather. That was very flat. Oh dear. So cold in your way, gave my heart leaving. I'm stuck in love with you, I can't get over you. You got me easy, then I want my pain. I can't get over you. Trying to make my pain yes, you make me go crazy. Just what you need, what have you done to me? Hey, try to make me my baby. Yes, you make me go crazy. I'm losing my cool. Blame me for one fool. Hey, go. Junsu and Jaejoong's ad-libs there were really fun, super great. I especially liked Jaejoong's high note, that was really cool. But I guess just the contrast between Junsu's clean vocals and Yuchon's flat vocals were really apparent in that song, since the lines were one after the other. Yeah, I don't know, maybe Yuchon just dropped the ball in this one in particular, maybe he wasn't feeling well. I'm not sure. But yeah, loved the female dancers, they really enhanced this performance. I will say, the monotony of the song didn't improve. I was kind of zoning out there towards the end a little bit, even though everyone on stage was giving their all. This song was it was just sort of there. Baba Boy is probably the strongest song, definitely, in this marathon so far. Okay, let's check out the lyrics for this one. Okay, so what I'm gathering just from looking up the lyrics here is that this is a collaboration with Kanye West and Malik Youssef, who I haven't heard of. Kanye West, of course, in recent times is a figure who has become sort of undesirable to acknowledge or talk about, but I'm just going to take these lyrics here as is and see what we can gather from it. Malik Youssef first. So I guess these, what I assume to be rap verses, were omitted from the live performance, obviously, but we're going to go through them and see. In your high honor, all over my skin, that's art splattered, and everything happened, this part mattered. I tattooed your name on my tongue, then my heart shattered. But for effort, I get an Ayy Girl, so tonight will be the VIP guests of JYJ, Malik Youssef, and Kanye West. Cool. Yeah, good rhyme scheme there. I'm a fan. This is Kanye's part. Living life like there's no damn rules. Tonight I'm finna hop up in that hotel pool. Grab your hand, white dress, you go and hop in too. Get everything, that being at the top includes. You can't deny that he's an amazing writer. Even to think of rhyming things in that way, that last line that I read, get everything that being at the top includes. I don't know, it's fun. It's fun. It's a different way of wording things and it stands out. What's your friend's attitude? Why is she so damn rude? Tell her smile for a change. If a baller come around, she go and smile for the change. It's kind of funny. I know her type, I know the life, I know you're living your life for the night, another night. Ask the city what they got for us. That mean it wasn't any poppin' if it not for us. Then isn't this all that I said it'd be? I want the best for you, but want better for me. I paid the price of fame, icy chain, stack my money tall, hide in vain. Yeah. I mean, he's very funny, very witty. Chorus. Let's do it. I think this is JYJ's part. Let's do it. Flashing light, have the time of your life, living it up for tonight. Yeah, she living it up for tonight. Ayy girl, I tried to make you my baby. Ayy girl, instead you make me go crazy. Just run through me. What have you done to me? I'm losing my cool. Play me for a fool. Ayy girl. Nothing much to read into there. Seems like playing on the maybe gold digger aspect of some of the Kanye lines a little bit. Losing my cool, playing me for a fool, etc. Next, I know your type, I know the life. I know you're living your life for the night. We're so high we touched the sky. You broke my heart, tore me apart. I never lost like this. Now it's you who'll miss. Like I did give, cause for the night you told me. I'm not the type. Flashing lights, have the time of your life, living it up for tonight. Again, not really much more to read into there. You came and shut it down. Suddenly you run this town. Wanted to be with you. All I have was me and you. Now everything has changed. You act differently. You do me wrong. I knew all along. So cold in the rain. Gave my heart in vain. I'm still in love with you. I can't get over you. You got me insane. Get out of my brain. I'm still in love with you. I can't get over you. Yeah, the general sentiment I get from the song is, again, taken advantage of by a girl who really, I guess, is either preying on him for his money or his status, took advantage of his love for her and sort of just used him. Kind of a tired sentiment, if you ask me. I prefer the more nuanced approach to the theme of being used, which I got from the lyrics of Baba Boy. This one seems a little bit more, been there, done that. So yeah, not the strongest lyrics, not the strongest song overall, even though there were elements of the live performance that were pretty fun. Okay, and this is a 2013 performance. This is a wide shot. And the purpose of having a wide shot version and a close-up version of the live performance is to be able to look at their overall movements versus their facial expressions. Let's see. Yeah, his movements are so masterful here. Look at how powerful he looks here, how confident. You can't keep your eyes off him. Definitely embodying that evil quite well, and the vocals are amazing. The live vocals are amazing. Also, you can notice how much more impactful the musical arrangement is in the live setting. The simplicity of it translates way better than in a studio recording, where it feels a little bit more bare bones. In this live situation, especially with the actors on stage doing their thing and the vocals, the instrumental serves its exact purpose. I'm getting more of that vulnerability from Sungjae's voice in this performance, and the contrast between his softness and Junsu's aggressiveness is really coming across here. Okay, the story is really coming together visually for me here. I love the rotating stage. That's always a powerful thing in musicals when that happens. I did notice a winged character there, probably just more for visual spectacle, but I am definitely getting a lot of homoeroticism from this performance. So if this is a censored version of the homoeroticism, I'm very curious to see what level of chemistry is shown between actors in other productions of this show, because they're really selling it. Where's the applause? Maybe the uploader edited out the applause for some reason. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I guess when I look at stills like this, Junsu is keeping his distance a little bit. Like perhaps this moment could look a little bit more intimate, especially if the whole theme of this song is about this sort of seduction. I'm getting a sense of the potential censorship. The song, again, I'll be honest, it's a little bit monotone for me, and I think it is just the simplicity of the chorus. It just doesn't hit me very well. It's definitely not a song that I would want to hear too often. We are going to do one more performance of this. My favorite part of the song is probably the finale because it does have those dynamics that I look for. Let me see if we can go back. I like that part. The like a nice bit of variety, breaking up the monotony of the song a bit. And we got one more clip here to go through. Let's see how this performance differs from the last. Okay, yeah, I just paused to make sure that I have something right, and I'm glad I paused right now because the purpose really of this second video is to analyze the facial expressions a bit more because it is close up and especially because it is the same performance, and that's something that that slipped my mind, and I'm glad I double checked just now, so I'm just going to go back and start again. Yeah, because I could tell just overall that it was very similar, maybe too similar, so... I like that little side eye there that he gave him. That was a lovely little touch. Cute, almost. I have to say, Junsu is really giving a lot more than Sungdae here. I don't know why, but like, look at Junsu's crazy eyes here. He's completely in character, whereas Sungdae's face looks a bit more pained and forced. And when I say pained, I don't mean he looks like he's in pain. I mean he's struggling to emote. It's not coming naturally to him, this role. It could be that he just doesn't connect with the role that well. Obviously, I'm making a huge reach here based on this one little screenshot, but just the difference in the level of character immersion is quite obvious here, and to be fair, it's probably a lot easier to play the devil role rather than Sungdae's role. Sungdae's role probably requires a little bit more subtlety. I say the devil, death, same thing. Sungdae's role might require a little more subtlety, but I think when it comes to the stage, it needs to be a bit more expressive. And just the expressions he's giving aren't sufficient. Junsu really is like putting his back into it. Yeah, getting more of the expressions now from Sunday for sure. Like this moment here, like that's acting, you know what I mean? You can really feel his pain here. That's more of what I would be looking for. Is it just me, or does Junsu seem way more comfortable with the intimate nature of this performance than Sunday? I mean, I know Sunday is trying to resist the temptation of death in this performance, but I'm not getting the element of him being tempted in the first place. It's very much, he's very stiff compared to Junsu. Like, Junsu is down for it. He's down for it. And Sunday, he's got the lean back. And I just don't know how much of that is intentional or subconscious. Perhaps maybe a little more commitment to the role would have been nice. It's hard to strike that balance between showing the temptation and showing the attempt to resist the temptation. Again, it is a sort of subtle thing. Junsu's role, Junsu's character in this performance is more one-dimensional, so it is easier to portray. But I don't know, the level of commitment to the characters, the difference is huge here. And just the way Junsu laughed there, it almost could be a genuine laugh because he could sense Sungdae's discomfort. He could sense Sungdae's discomfort. Look at the way he laughs there, you know. It could be genuine, honestly. Yeah, like he's having the time of his life. He's got the crazy eyes down. It's awesome. Okay, and one glaring thing that I forgot to discuss, obviously, is the fact that in this performance there is no kiss. Yeah, it just, obviously, it makes no sense whatsoever for him to give into temptation and then run away from the thing that he has given into, you know what I mean? And stand so far apart from him and simply glance back. It doesn't communicate the meaning of the scene at all. If anything, it gives a sort of to be continued type message. So in that sense, the censorship is a big problem, storytelling wise, atmosphere wise. So I am wondering, because like in the studio version, the montage of clips in the studio version, we did see Junsu kiss Sunday, maybe not Sunday, or whatever actor was playing Rudolph in that little clip. So I don't know why this particular performance was censored. Maybe this performance was later after the censorship happened, or maybe this performance, even though it is Korean, was performed in another country. I don't know. That's a curious thought. So yeah, my overall thoughts on this song and the performances, a mixed bag. The song is solid. It tells the story quite well, especially in the atmosphere of the song, but as a song, I think it's fairly mediocre, and it's carried really by the vocal performances. It's also intended to be carried by the chemistry of the actors on stage. So that's a reason why when there's a lack of chemistry between the actors on stage, this song suffers even more. But this was very interesting. Again, I can definitely praise Junsu, and maybe I went too hard on criticizing Sungdae's performance, but there were lots of elements of his engagement with this music that I thought were very lacking. From his delivery of the vocals, as technically skilled as they were, to his overall stiff demeanor on stage. Yeah, Kim Sungdae fans, feel free to come at me and explain maybe something that I don't get about his interpretation of this character, but definitely interesting food for thought. This was a very interesting reaction, interesting exploration of art. Thank you again to the anonymous patron who asked me to check this out. Let me know your thoughts on this song and these performances. Again, my name is Ohakade. I'm a composer, and you can get guaranteed reactions through Patreon memberships. Otherwise, please like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Thanks so much and take care.